Welcome back to the Gridiron Grind with Andrew and Lance. This episode, we're going to dive into our fantasy teams. We're both looking up right now. I started out really bad, but I'm on a four-game win streak, and I think Lance is in first place in our fantasy league that we're in together right now. So we're both doing well. But first, Lance wanted to talk about the new dummy. Here he is, the new dummy right here in all his glory. He got upgraded from the old dummy, and now we have dummy 2.0.
I love it. You're gonna give background why we named him Dummy Andrew?
Yes, because you mentioned that in the first Iron Man movie, whenever his robotic hand like helper is really making all these mess ups, he calls him dummy. And so and it kind of reminded you of that when the microphone was on the side in one episode. So that's when my microphone was called dummy.
Love it. It's great, man. It's a great microphone. So this
Hmm.
one works really well, by the way. I've noticed a sound difference, so I'm sure our fans will love hearing
Yes.
about me talking about that. But nice and
Yes,
crisp.
I wanted to make sure I got that upgrade. The old one was fine, but I was like, it's time.
You're getting legit. You've got a podcast now.
Hmm. Hmm. Absolutely. Well, all right. Now that we've introduced Dummy, maybe one day I'll get a picture for him or something to hang on the side or something like that. I'll look into that. Let's dive into our fantasy matchups. So, starting off here with mine, I had kind of an easy matchup this week because I was going against the team that usually doesn't really pay much attention. But to his defense, he did set his lineup the best way he could. He put his quarterback in, who got him almost 30 points on Sunday morning. I was like, oh, snap. I might be in a battle here. Then the rest of his team didn't really do a lot. Um, his team isn't the best. So I had an easier matchup this week. I saw it coming. I was like, okay, it should be a win. Start out a little dicey when Stafford scores almost 30, but I put up 124 and a half. That's pretty good in this league. Not tops, but it would have probably beaten half the league this week, so I'm good with that. Um, we talked about Jalen Hurts in the last game. He had a perfect pass rating, got me 27 fantasy points. I will take it. But my biggest one was Quinshon Judkins. So this guy I drafted like a late because I knew that he had the talent to take over this backfield, but he was dealing with some off-field stuff, didn't sign his contract till late, had to get ramped up. So I just kind of stashed him on my bench. And now he is like a top 10 guy. And I really needed that because a lot of times in these fantasy leagues, I like to do the zero RB strategy because I'm a believer that you can get running backs late that can not be like the studs like the Jahmyr Gibbs. You're not going to find those late, but you can get enough value out of them that you really hit home runs on your wide receivers that boom, you have a really good squad. Unfortunately for me, my receivers weren't really doing much at the beginning of the year. They're starting to pick up a little bit. Drake London, he only got me 8.2. That was just a difficult game that they had against the 49ers, which I gotta say, there was one point in that game I'm thinking, what are you guys doing? So it was 13 to 10. They're like on the 30-yard line, easy field goal range. It's fourth and one. They go for it. What? Kick the field goal to tie it, but they go for it. Bad incomplete pass. 49ers go down, march on field, score touchdown, game over. 20 to 10. I'm thinking, why did you that what didn't make much sense. Tie the game.
So,
You still get
but
the ball back. Even if 49ers score, you're only down seven, so you have a chance to go tie.
is the issue they went for it, or is the issue that they just made a really dumb call?
That they
Because
went for it. I don't
I think
You're down three. Now, if you were down like seven, okay, I agree. Go for the first down. But you're down three. Tie the ball game up. That way, worst case scenario, you give up a touchdown, you still have a chance to tie this sucker. If you don't get that first down, worst case scenario, you allow a touchdown, you're down 10, game over. And that's exactly what happened.
I still feel like if the call's good, I mean, you got BJ and Robinson in the backfield.
Well, they did an out route pass, which was bad anyway, but still, I wouldn't have gone. If it was fourth and inches, it's a different story. You can lean forward, but fourth and one, easy field goal range. I'm kicking that field goal. I'm tying that ball game up, and then
Hmm.
hopefully my defense give me the ball back.
I feel like I think it's okay to go for it. I think the issue is the call. That's the like I mean I'm thinking about that Sean McVay call in overtime with Kyron Williams running up the
Mm.
middle. It was
Hmm.
like one of the dumbest calls. And he even said
Hmm.
after the game, I made a
Right.
dumb call. And I just
Right.
think I think there's something to say for bad play. I mean, Michael Penix is a really athletic quarterback. I just think to me like a speed option would be really fun on a 4th and 1, an
And that's the
RPO.
other thing. He got banged up in that game. He was not healthy on that drive. Why are you having him throw the ball? Anyway,
That's
I
also
again,
fair.
I wouldn't have gone for it there. If they're down seven, yes, I go for it. But they're down three. Tie that game up. See if your defense can give you the ball back, kick a field goal to win. But instead, you go for it. You don't get it. You give the other team decent field position, and they end the game. But anyway, so Drake London, he didn't have a great game. He had a great game last week, but this game he only gave me 8 fantasy points. Nico Collins had a concussion against the Seahawks, so he left early. He only gave me 6, but one of my steals of the draft was Tyler Warren. He has been a stud for the Colts, and we play in a league that we made the change of the rule where tight end receptions are 1.5 points instead of one. And so I mean, I picked him up later in the draft thinking he might get in lineup whenever Evan Ingram is on bye. I believed in Evan Ingram, and he hasn't really turned out. He's starting to get targets now, though. He's getting like 7, 8 targets a game, so I'm liking that. Starting to pick up a little bit, but Tyler Warren, phenomenal. He got me almost 19 points. Will Lutz only got me 5, but kickers do that sometimes. But overall, I'm liking my team. I got some players on my bench that are pretty good too that can spot check. Like I had Marvin Harrison Jr. on my bench. I didn't really need to start him this week, even though he did outscore Nico Collins, but I'm never going to start him over Nico. Overall, I liked how it looked, and there is a very interesting matchup next week. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at, Andrew. The reason why I'm
hmm
saying it's an interesting matchup is you're facing me in my week of hell for fantasy football where half my team's on bye.
I told you like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was looking at my schedule and I was like, hey, I'm catching people at the right time. I can start getting some win streak going. And sure enough, like the team that was undefeated 2 weeks ago, he had Lamar Jackson out and Bijan on bye. I was like, thank you very much. I will take this dub. And then next week, you do, or guess currently this week, you do have a decent amount of guys on bye. So it does give me the advantage. Still doesn't mean I'm going to win, but it does start out with a little advantage there, and I appreciate it.
So lame, but it's fine. It's not over. It's not over.
No,
Hey,
it's not. Absolutely not.
li listen, last week in my other paid league, I was going up against one of the top teams in my league and projected to lose badly. And guess what the final score was, Andrew?
Opposite, probably.
I won 161 to 125.
hmm
It was amazing. It was such a
hmm
great feeling. Um, for my guys in that league, I had my top performer was Jamar Chase, who was just juggernaut all
Oh yeah,
night
absolutely.
against the Steelers. AJ Brown, Tyler Tucker
hmm
Craft had a great game. Solid performances by Quentin Johnston, Eagles D, and Josh Jacobs was good. Daniel Jones was great. So yeah, man, I'm 3-4 in that league. So the cream's rising to the top very slowly. I'm in the middle, right?
It's
I'm not on
very,
the
very,
top,
very slow.
but
Yeah,
I'm getting up there. I
it's
was
like
on
sourdough. It's like sourdough. You gotta really be patient with it.
yeah. Listen, I was all the way on the bottom, so I'm happy
hmm
to be 3-4 right now. Those 3 wins
Yeah,
consecutive.
absolutely. That's where I was in our league together. I was 0-3, looking like the worst team. Here I am, 4-3 now.
Well, and this last week I got absolutely ripped apart in our other league that we're in by my friend Jackson. I thought for sure I was going to win. I was at 148 points, and he's got 162. So there goes
Mm-hmm.
that, all for nothing. But dude, I got to rave about JSN for a second. JSN has just been a monster in
Yeah,
that league that we have
insane.
together.
hmm
I uh, I had a feeling he was going to be have a great breakout season. Oh, and Jordan Addison totally took a chance on him, and it's been a major payoff. He has looked
hmm
great, and with Carson Wentz, by the way, the guy that he was not throwing passes or catching passes from in training camp,
hmm
so that makes it even more impressive. The part I'm terrified about, Andrew, is this Chuba Hubbard Rico Dowdle thing's got to get figured out. Dowdle has to go to the bench.
And unfortunately, it's probably not going to because he played so well when Hubbard was out that they
He did.
both are going to be splitting carries now.
I need the GM to step in and say, I paid this dude a lot of money. You're starting Hubbard.
hmm And
Uh,
unfortunately, the Panthers are winning now, so whatever they're doing is working.
I mean, I want to believe in the Panthers, but now with this Bryce Young injury, it's like, are they going to
Yeah.
fall off? I don't know. It's too
Yeah,
soon to
and their
say.
schedule has been easier of
Soft.
late.
It's been
Yeah.
soft, but they got to be on the seventh seed playoff bubble watch, right? You got to put them in that, don't you think? No?
I think it's too soon. They could, but they don't have a lot of talent on that team, so I'm not going to put them on that yet. They do have a decent record right now, but and I know their schedule's probably not the most difficult, but I can't do it yet. I need to wait a little bit longer. I need them to be like, I don't know, like 6-4, and then I'm like, okay, they can
Dude,
absolutely get that seventh seed.
they're second in their division right now. That's so impressive.
Yeah, it's because they're undefeated in their division.
I just, yeah, I mean, granted, they're 1-0. They're 1-0. Let's not all
Yeah.
get excited
Right.
about this division record. It's
Right.
1-0. But yes, good for them. Happy for
Yeah, they got to
them.
play the Bucks twice still, and they got to
Yep.
play the Falcons one more time, and the Saints are no pushovers.
Yeah, man. Football is just so hard to predict right now.
hmm
And the NFC West has three 5-2 teams right now. Talk about bizarre.
Yeah, they haven't
Um,
really played each other that much yet. That'll kind of even out a little bit, but yeah, yeah, lots of craziness right now.
yeah. I think that's it for me on fantasy note. We don't need to talk about my sleeper team at all, Andrew. It is not worth digging into that one. Um,
Well, I mean, I might have the best team in that league. There's one other team that is stacked like mine is. I think, ooh, that's going to be an interesting fight to see who finishes first. Of course, injuries can still happen, but I like in our draft, I drafted Quinshon Judkins, I drafted JCM, and both of them are starting running backs right now. And I already had Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, and Rasheed Rice. I mean, I can't even start them all.
Boo-hoo, Andrew. What a tough life.
It's
Dude,
very tough.
my life is so I'm just glad I won one game in the sleeper league so that way I'm not a loss or a winless team by the end of the season. At least I will have won one game. That might be the only game I win. My roster's just not coming together.
hmm
Yeah, that it's rough, man. I've got quite a few seasons before I'm going to rise back up to the top. So,
But that's a good thing about sleeper leagues. All you gotta do is hit on a couple draft picks, and then all of a sudden you're completely turned around.
and I don't have to look for a quarterback. I'm set at quarterback right now. Dak Prescott. And what we really need is we need the super flex position to open up, Andrew. That's our freaking problem. Our commissioner's holding back and not letting me super flex so I could get Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts points. I would be killing it with that team right now.
Well, if we did that, I'd have Jaden Daniels and Daniel Jones.
Right. But we're not talking about you, Andrew. I'm talking about the rest of the league. I don't need to be better than you. I just need to be better than, 3 to 4 teams in the league so that way I'm not on the bottom.
There's still
Uh,
time. There's still time.
there's no time. It's over. I'm like the New York Jets of our fantasy of that fantasy football league. There is no or the no. I'm the Tennessee Titans. I've won one game that I had no business winning because a running back made a dumb mistake. Like that's basically what happened. Like it's just sheer dumb luck, which is fine. I'm happy. I won one game, but
hmm
uh,
That's kind of how I feel in my work league I'm in now. I drafted really well, but I've had so many injuries that I'm like, now 2-5. That was the league I told you about where if Jason Myers
mhm.
kicks that field goal, I win. And I'm 3-4 and things are looking possible, but now I'm 2-5 because he missed that field goal. I mean, I had Bucky Irving go out. I had Brock Bowers, as you know, in our league, he went out and he hasn't been the same. I had Ibuka, he's been getting dinged up. I've had a couple other guys that I'm not even remembering. My third round pick, which I did a lot, was Travion Henderson, so that was on me. He has not been anything this year. He's been nothing, absolutely goose egg. So that one, I'm probably not going to be doing well. And I'm the defending champion in that league, so I'm very, very sad. But it happens. Right now, my focus is in what I've been doing in fantasy, and then we can get to the real football is if I haven't won the league yet, I'm giving it my most attention. And so the 16 team league that we talk about a lot, that one I have not won yet. I got second last year and I got like third a couple years. I've been this close, but haven't quite done it yet. And then our sleeper league, it's brand new. It was the first year last year, but that one I haven't won yet either. So those two I've been giving the most attention to. The two leagues I won last year, I've kind of not even paid attention to. Like the other league that we're in ESPN, I started out 3-0. I've lost four straight. I'm 3-4 now. I'm like, whatever. That's all good. I want to make sure I win the leagues I haven't won yet. That's my attention.
Well, I think you have a great shot at doing that in the sleeper league this year. Just so you know, our Sandlot League is off limits. That one's reserved for me. This is the first time I've done this well in forever. It's an amazing feeling to finally have a team that's actually like clicking and playing well.
hmm
Yeah. And by the way, Caleb Williams, come on, man. 6 points on Sunday. Are you serious? 6 points as a quarterback.
And that's in a win too. They won that game.
I cannot believe he played that bad. You got to step it
hmm
up, buddy. Like we've got playoff aspirations here. We got championship aspirations.
And
So
Ginty kind of laid a goose egg because the Raiders as a whole did awful against the Chiefs. Not his fault, but yeah.
just that team. I know how Skip Bayless feels, Andrew, with all of his dumb takes, because that was just a bad take by me to honestly think the Raiders would be better than what they are. I didn't think they were going to be, a Super Bowl caliber team, but I thought they could sneak in as the seventh seed. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
wow,
And I thought they were a 500, maybe a slightly above 500 team. I thought that things could be starting to turn around, but ugh, it's not looking pretty. And I did not expect Geno Smith to play poorly. I didn't think he was going to play like very well. I thought he'd be fine, but he's played poorly this year. It's been bad.
yeah. Also, like one other side note, Patriots on top of the AFC East. Wow,
hmm
did not see that coming.
I don't think they're going to win it though. I don't think they're there yet. They're coming. Like in a couple years, them and the Bills are going to be in a war. But I still would say the Bills are going to end up winning that division.
Mm,
Maybe that's a hot take, but I
it's not a hot
I
take. I mean, I
think
get what you're saying.
I think the Patriots are just a little too young and don't have quite enough talent. Like if you look at the receiver rooms between the Patriots and the Bills, it's like a wash. It's even. And I'm taking Josh Allen over Drake May right now. Drake May's coming. He's awesome. He's gonna be a really good quarterback for a long time. But Josh Allen's still the man. And probably the Patriots defense is a little bit better than the Bills. But as we've said, quarterbacks are the most important position. So I'm still leaning Bills. Even though the Patriots beat him straight up, it's a great game. I see it more as the Bills had like way too many penalties and they fumbled the ball a couple
Mhm.
times. But I think I'm still leaning the Bills to win that division. Patriots are going to make the playoffs. They're going to be a tough out, but I don't think they got the AFC East yet. They're on top of it, but I just don't think it's there yet.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean, I'm just thinking about all the times the Bills and the Dolphins battled these past few years. And in
hmm
fact, let's look that up real quick. Dolphins against. I'm gonna look since 2020 just to see what I can find. Oh my gosh, um since 2016, the Dolphins are 4-16. That is insane.
mm
Uh,
mm.
so bad. I'm just looking at it here just to see. Andrew, since 2022, their last win against the Buffalo Bills, the Dolphins, was September 25th of 2022. Like I don't think we can
Yep,
I don't think we can overstate how big of a win that Patriots win was over the Bills. I mean, I just stated like,
for
the
sure.
team over the past 4-ish years that was competing against the
hmm
Bills didn't beat them once. I
hmm
mean, that is I don't know. I think the Patriots are coming, man. Milton Williams has actually looked way better than I thought he would. I think Milton Williams is a great player, but he is
Yeah,
like looking like a
props to him.
great player. Like he is
Hmm.
like stepping
For
into the
sure.
Jalen Carter role for the Patriots, and he's really stepped up in it. Diggs has
Hmm.
looked, respectable. Looks like he's got a little juice left. So props to them. So I don't know,
Hmm.
man. It's going to be tough. I think they're for real though. I think for me,
They
like
are. Yeah.
when I look at the AFC right now, the teams that I'm like just not a believer in right now is twofold. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are for sure are. I don't believe in them. I just
Yeah.
after that
They're on
game,
fraud alert. Hmm.
after that game on Thursday night, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yep.
I don't think they can do it. And I'm also having a tough time with the Colts. And maybe I'm just being unfair. I want to believe in the Colts, and they're 6-1 now. So at some point, I got to say that they're a good team. I just I'm struggling with it. I think they're taking advantage of a super soft schedule because of where they finished last year, which props to them. They're taking advantage of a soft schedule, which is what you're supposed to do. But like, I mean, the Denver Broncos win was a good win. It was early in the year, but it's a good win. And then you have that loss to the
Hmm.
Rams. How's this team going to do when they have to play the Chargers? How's this team going to do when they have to play the Chiefs? How are they going to do when they have to play the Jacksonville
They beat the
Jaguars?
Chargers. They beat the Chargers this week.
Right? Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I was looking at the wrong one. When they play the Chiefs, when they play the
Hmm.
Jaguars, the Seahawks. Um,
I'm not a believer in the Jaguars anymore.
I'm not a believer in them, but I feel like they could give him fits. I feel like they could give him
I
fits,
don't
and
know. I mean, I'll give him credit. Travis Hunter looked great. He looked great in that game, but that probably had to do with they were in pass mode the whole game, and BTJ went out with an injury. But Travis Hunter finally showed up. We were begging for it, and he showed up. It was good to see. Um, but I'm not a full believer in the Colts. I'm probably like 75% there
mm,
because their defense can get had, and Daniel Jones is still the same guy, even though he's played really well. Give him a ton of credit. He still has that Daniel Jones in him. It just hasn't shown yet. And they've been running the ball so well that if it ever comes to the point where Daniel Jones needs to win the game with his arm, they will lose. So far, he hasn't had to, and they've been running the ball well. Defense is playing well against the Chargers. They really had a huge lead. The Chargers had a couple late touchdowns to make it even somewhat close. So that 38-24 score wasn't indicative of the actual game. The Colts kind of dominated that game. So I give them a lot of
mhm.
credit there. And it was at the Chargers. But I'm kind of understanding where you're coming from with them. Right now, I'd probably put them first in the AFC just because of the record and they've looked good, but I'm not fully bought in yet. I still wouldn't be surprised if the Bills figured it out because they're the Bills and they get that one seed, or if the Chiefs all of a sudden they get healthy like they are now, they start
Mhm.
on a roll and they get the one seed. The Colts are a good team; they're going to be a good playoff team, but I'm with you on the not fully believe them, but I think I believe in them a little bit more than you do because that Broncos win was a good win. They beat the Chargers. That's a
It
good
was.
win. And the Rams game they had in hand, but the receiver decided to drop the ball before he scored the touchdown. And I really get annoyed by that.
It's fair. Um, I just, yeah, I would like to see more action of how the Colts look as the year goes on.
For sure.
I mean, to be fair, it has been tough for me to catch Colts games just because of the time that it's on
Yeah.
and with my schedule. But yeah, I mean, it's a very fair point. I think for me, I think right now I'd put the Chiefs as the top team in the AFC. They just have looked
They're
so
playing the
good,
best right now. Yeah. With Rasheed
so
Rice
good.
back and they're getting healthy.
Worthy
Patrick
back.
Mahomes is on an MVP level right now. Yeah. They are the real deal. And it's not fun to say that. Usually the Super Bowl loser has a bad hangover, but this team is not going to have that bad hangover. They're hungry,
Well,
they're healthy, they're feisty.
they're a great team, man, and we've talked about it before. But
Hmm.
I stand by my take. The Mahomes Reed machine is just powerful, so
Hmm.
powerful. I mean, to start out the year 3-3 and then to claw, um, or I should say, was it 3-3?
I
Or
think it
was
was
it two
two
and
and
three?
three. It
Yeah,
was
it's
two
two
and
and
three.
three, and then to claw your way out of that and to get to where you are now. I mean, wow. I
Hmm.
just major props to them. They're in a fight now with the AFC, with the way or the West AFC West with the Chargers having that win over them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. That
that's
was
going
a
to make
big win
things
for him.
interesting.
Hmm.
Um, do you remember were the Chargers at home for that game or were the Chiefs at home?
I think it
It,
was
the,
at Chargers,
yeah, I think it was at Chargers. Wow, man, what a huge loss for the
but it
Chargers.
was in Brazil, so it wasn't
Right.
true home game.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was just getting at because I think that's going to be a
Hmm.
major advantage now for the Chiefs, the fact that they get the Arrowhead advantage versus the
Hmm.
Chargers. So, yeah, I mean it's just interesting. Packers won another grinder against the Arizona Cardinals. Um,
Yeah, and I'm not sure which way I lean on that. Is that more that the Cardinals just always play a close game no matter who they play, or are the Packers letting teams hang around when they shouldn't? I'm not sure where I fit on that because the Cardinals are always a one-score game, win or loss, every single time. And the Packers were losing that game late in the fourth. They had to come back and win against a backup quarterback. So I don't know. I have
it's kind of
mixed
hard
feelings on that
because
one.
you've got that bad Browns loss, you've got the tie against the Cowboys.
Hmm.
I'm starting to see a pattern here, and I feel like I'm starting to buy into what you've talked about with Jordan Love. Is that I think that it's fair to call Jordan Love a gamer, but is he a killer instinct guy? The guy that's going to
Hmm.
go for the blow to take you out.
Hmm.
Like I kind of wonder if he's the type of quarterback that he'll take you all, 12 rounds type of thing in a boxing match, but he won't actually deliver the death blow. And
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
kind of feels that way because, the Cardinals are not nearly as good of a team as the other playing teams that the Packers have played on their schedule.
Hmm.
Um, so this is interesting. They're going to be competitive, but at this point, I think that the Lions look like they're poised to round into form.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, after that bad week one loss, and everyone thought they were done, I was one of them. I was like, oh boy, new coordinators, O-line is new on the interior. They might not be the team anymore, but they have revamped quickly. They look like the machine that they have always been. They're going to be a tough team to beat at any time, regular season or playoffs, as long as they're healthy. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs and St. Brown are phenomenal. Jared Goff is a really good quarterback. I still stand that he's not a Super Bowl caliber winning
mm,
quarterback, that
mhm.
he's going to win it, but the team can win with him playing good football, which this team has pieces where it's possible. And their defense played really well. I was impressed with their defense in this game, holding the Buccaneers to 9, even though Buccaneers are dealing with some injuries, but Baker Mayfield has brought this team on his back, putting up points, and the Lions shut that down. Got to give him credit.
Yeah. Well, you got to give credit to Dan Campbell. He
Yeah.
is he's putting the team in position to win, and I can't believe it. I can't believe with replacing both the defense and offensive coordinator,
Hmm.
this team has looked really well, really good.
Yep.
So give him major credit. Um,
Yeah. There's a few 5-2 teams in the NFC. They're the one I believe in. I'm not fully on board with the 49ers being 5-2. I
mm,
don't know what it is. I know they got a lot of talent and they're always good in the regular season, but I don't know. I'm not fully bought in yet. Just watching their games, all they're really doing is handing off to CMC and hoping that he doesn't get stopped because their pass game against the Falcons was non-existent. And
yeah,
if the Falcons kicked a field goal instead of going for it on fourth down, they had a shot. I don't think they win still because they didn't look good, but they tied it up and anything's possible. And it's at San Francisco and the 49ers just barely eked that out. And then the Seahawks, they're 5-2 as well. I like them. I want to fully believe, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't quite put them in that elite category like the Lions are. The Lions are elite. Nothing, can't argue with it. Seahawks are good, but I don't think they're on that Lions level, even though they're the same record.
yeah. I think that that's absolutely fair. I think it's fair to put every 5-2 team. I think has major questions on their resume right now. Like for
Hmm.
the Eagles right now, the run game is a question, but for me, it's the defense. Is the defense going to really figure things out? I mean,
Yeah.
we just lost to Darius Smith to retirement. We brought back Brandon Graham.
Hmm.
How real is the expectation? What will he be able to do? Aziz Ojulari went down with an injury. Ugbo Okoronkwo also went down, and so like that's another big injury for the defensive line. Nolan Smith is still out. Um, so I just think that's a major question right now for Philly. I
Hmm.
like what I saw in this last game. It gives me hope. But in the
Yeah.
Bucks, just they looked outmatched against the Detroit. They just looked like they could
Hmm.
never. They looked like they were never in the game. That's exactly how I would
Right.
describe it. It looked like that they were just there for the invitation, and they knew how it was going to end
Hmm.
in a blowout. Um, so it's interesting. It's wide open, but we could do this podcast in 3 weeks, Andrew, and we can have everything flipped over again because of how
Absolutely.
competitive the league is.
Yes, absolutely. We haven't gotten to true division play yet. I know like week one, there was a lot of division games, but after week one, there hasn't been a whole lot just yet. The division games, the core of the season is about to hit within the next few weeks. So we're gonna see who the true teams are very soon.
Are you out on the Commanders, by the way? Speaking of divisional games and that terrible loss on
Yeah,
Sunday,
maybe. I would say it depends on the Jaden Daniels injury. If this is a nagging injury, they're not a playoff team. If he misses one or two games and then in one or two games he's back to 100% form, they have a chance, but it's not a great chance because they still have a tough schedule because they play the NFC North. So they still have the Lions on their schedule. They have the Vikings on their schedule. So it's going to be tough. Um, but it all depends on Jane Daniels. If he has any kind of nagging injury, they're done because they've already dealt with a ton of injuries and they're already like what three and are they
they're
three
three
and
and
four?
four.
Yeah,
Not good.
that's tough. That's tough. And that was a bad lie. If they lose to the Cowboys, that's one thing, but they did not look like they were on the same field as them. The Cowboys kind of boat raced them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's surprising, man, and I really don't know what to make of the Cowboys at this point. I feel like the variable
Yeah.
in how they play is just so wide. That
Mm-hmm.
Panthers loss was so inexplicably bad. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know it was a close game, but the Cowboys should really be far better equipped to win a game than the Panthers. And the fact that the Panthers eked that out, uh, I don't know. I just
Yep.
that team is such a perplexing question mark right now. I just don't know what to think
Yeah.
of them.
It's
Um,
because their defense is so bad. They have one of the worst defenses in the league, and yet they're one of the
that's fair.
best offenses in the league. So they're never truly out of a game. But if you have to close and make sure your defense doesn't give up the lead, it's probably not going to happen.
It's fair.
So for them, it's whoever has the ball first in a way.
Yeah. Well, it's fascinating, man. We'll see what the rest of the year brings, but wow. I mean, just Packers on top of the NFC, Colts on top of the AFC. Um, so hard to
Yeah,
know
and
how the
and
rest.
and the Packers being on top of the NFC, I don't know if that's true. They just have one less loss than these 5-2 teams because they have a tie. I can't give them first place right now because of that tie. If they had
Uh,
five wins, just like everybody else,
Technicality, they
different story.
technically, Andrew, have first place. Technically, they
Hmm.
do. I know it hurts you. I know it's painful, but it is
If
factual.
they were 5-2 and they were first place, I would 100% give them the props. But they're 4-1-1. I can't do it. Like that tie technicality being in first, they don't have as many wins as like four teams in this league. I personally think wins should be more than losses, but that's not what the percentages say. So they actually only have technically one loss, so that gives them first place. I don't fully agree with it. But another game we didn't even touch on was that Broncos Giants game. That was
Oh yeah.
insane. Giants have a huge lead going to the so just look at the box score. It tells you enough. Broncos first quarter, 0 points. Broncos second quarter, 0 points. Broncos third quarter, 0 points. Broncos fourth quarter, 33 points. How does that happen? That is just crazy ridiculous. 33 in the fourth quarter. What? How does that happen? Just I don't even know. I didn't get to watch the game, but I heard a lot about it. and I kept up with a little bit. So the Broncos scored touchdown probably very beginning of the fourth quarter, and then
Mhm.
yeah, that right there that you're showing is just insane. Um, and then there was a Jackson Dart. He's a rookie, so this is just going to happen. He threw an interception in his own side of the field, so then the
Yep.
immediate another touchdown, and then the Broncos defense another stop, go score again. It was just crazy, crazy, crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's unbelievable how this game went. I still cannot believe that the Broncos pulled it out.
Hmm
Just so weird. But I mean, props to the Broncos. They kept fighting. I was going to say this game really reminded me of the Miracle in the New Meadowlands.
Mm,
Just such a weird comeback. Ironically, also with the Giants, I would have called this personally the Miracle at Mile High. That would have been
mm,
my,
hmm
because like it's not just said it was a miracle, but kind of playing onto the Miracle of the New Meadowlands type thing.
Right, right.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I cannot believe that the Giants crumbled this badly. I mean,
hmm
it, I give them props for fighting, because you get down to it, right, where the Broncos score and then the Giants come back and you think maybe they can win this, maybe they can pull it out, but then to just completely flop and lose, just
hmm
brutal. Definitely, it's a backbreaking loss that just crushes a team. Um, so yeah, kind of surprising how that all went down, but uh, yeah, crazy stuff, man. Crazy.
Yeah, and now the Broncos are 5-2.
On top of the AFC West right now.
They are. They are, which I think we both agree we don't anticipate them winning it because the Chiefs are
Probably
coming.
not. Yeah.
But all they gotta do is beat the Chiefs once. They beat the Chiefs once. If they split, they have a legit shot of winning that division. If the Chiefs get
Well,
both, the Chiefs get it.
I would say if they get to 4-2 in the division, that's the bar right now because they've already got a loss against the Chargers. You can only lose one more if you want to win the
Hmm
division. That's what I would say. If they only lose
Yeah.
one more, I think you got a chance. If you
And that
lose
kind of
two,
coincides with,
you're
with
out.
with what I was saying as well. Yeah. If
Well,
if they lose both the Chiefs, it's over.
I just mean they got to, and I guess that's part of it too, right? But I was looking at it from the Chargers standpoint. You have to go beat the Chargers too.
That too. Yeah.
Um,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
so, but yeah, just looking at it from different sides of the coin, but they're the same coin.
hmm
But yeah, I mean, props to the Broncos though, fighting all the way back and winning.
Yep.
I still don't know what to make of the Broncos though. Part of me is like props to figure out the win, but what is the ceiling of this team? Um,
hmm
I I don't know. It's so hard. The defense is amazing. This is a really good defense. Um, but like Bo Nix has had moments where he's really struggled. He's really
He has.
struggled with being able to throw the ball accurately and get it in good spots. And but I mean, I got to give him props. He found a way to win. He pulled it out, kept
Hmm
his team in the game. That's leadership. That's grit. Um,
Yep.
so we'll see, man. But yeah, what an insane game that was on Sunday.
Yep. It was. I mean, by all accounts, it should be L, but they pulled it
It's
out.
not. You got
Yep.
it. You got the
It's a
W.
W, and that's
It's
all that
all that
counts is that
matters.
W. Just
Yeah.
like we talked about with the Bears, where Caleb Williams only had 6 fantasy points. He looked bad, but they got the W. That's all
Yeah.
that matters is they got that
Yep.
win. And now and for a second there, like I have a friend who's a Bears fan. For a second there, before the Packers game ended and before the Lions started, the Bears were in first place in the division in the North because they were 4-2, and the Packers were still 3-1-1, and then the Lions were still 4-2, but the or something like that. But the Bears were in first place at that moment, and he enjoyed the sight for like 10 minutes.
Well, that's a tough division. I would be shocked if the Bears
Yep.
pull out first place. The
Yeah, I
Vikings
don't see
or
it
the
happening.
Lions.
The Bears do have a easier schedule coming up now. Like they have
Yes.
the Ravens who might still be without Lamar Jackson and then another easier game, but their difficult games are coming. Like they still got the Lions again. They still got the Packers. They still got the Eagles. They still got the Vikings again, who have gave them one of their losses. They're 0-2 in division right now, which is a big problem. They're 4-2 total, but their two losses are in division. That's not going to help when they try to win this division. So we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, I'm still giving it to the Lions. They are going to win this division, and that's kind of what I thought at the beginning of the year. I was hoping that they would take a step back, but I couldn't quite pick that, and they're looking like the cream of the crop.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely hard to predict, and excited to get into our scores and picks from last week and comparing it to next week. And
Hmm.
I'm in first place right now, Andrew. I'm
You are.
finally, I'm finally at the top. It's taken me a long time, but I have clawed my way from the bottom.
But now the pressure's on to not give that up. So you got a target on your back.
That's true. This is very true.
And for me,
But
I bumped up to fourth for a while, but I'm still down by 2 points from the fourth place team. So all I can do is go up. So I'm just playing loose, playing fun, and just enjoying being out there. So there's no pressure on me right now. I can't do any worse. Even though we both had good weeks last week. We both
yeah,
had good weeks. It just yours was just a smidge better, and both of ours were better than most of the rest of our group were in, which gave you first place.
that's how it works, man. It's
Hmm.
yeah, it's crazy. It's fascinating. For me, I think for me, it's just that Falcons game. That's what flipped us,
That's
you know,
that's
in
what it
terms
was.
of,
It was 100%. And that's another part of the
yeah,
reason why I was frustrated that they went for it on fourth down instead of kicking a field goal to give them a chance to see if they could win. I didn't think they were going to win. Watching that game, I was like, yeah, 49ers are showing they're the better team. But if you kick a field goal, you tie it up. Anything's possible with 9 minutes left. But they didn't. Turnover on downs. Game, set, match.
how it works.
Hmm.
But man, we are blessed, Andrew. We got another week of football coming at us. Can't wait
Yep.
for it. Week 8. Wow. Cannot believe that we're already at week 8. Going by
Halfway through already.
so fast.
Hmm.
So fast. Best time of the year, man. I love it. Football is amazing and excited to get into our next week's picks and our next episode.
Absolutely. I'm excited as well. Well, everyone, thank you for joining us in this episode of the Gridiron Grind with Andrew and Lance. Be sure to like and subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time.
See everybody.